Hey guys, I wanted to come on here real quick. I have been kind of giving you guys like monthly updates. It kind of just worked out that way. I just don't really plan when I'm going to do the videos, and I just try to give you updates as much as I can. Yes, I just got out of the shower. I'm back in the room of the little girl that we are adopting. If you haven't seen my last couple videos, we are adopting a little 7-year-old girl. We should have already had her by now, but because of the pandemic, there's been a lot of delays. And there's also a delay because her mother started um, a little bit of trouble and stuff. So the state has to take her to court and everything this coming month. And then we'll be free of her, basically. I know that sounds horrible, but in this situation, um, she does not need to be around this little girl that we're adopting. I'm not saying her name just yet until after everything kind of goes through. Just in case. So anyways, there has been a little bit of delays in that area, and she's also in a facility and getting some treatment and stuff from everything that she's been through. And there's been delays in that as well because of the COVID. Some of like the therapy and stuff that she's supposed to get done in the program that she's at wasn't done because the therapist couldn't come into the facility during like the shutdown and stuff. So in the area that she's at is a higher risk for COVID. So they just started coming back into the facility. So we're hoping and praying that everything goes well within the next month or so, and hopefully we'll be able to get her within a month or two. We keep saying that. We keep saying we're hoping we're going to get her next month or month after, just because originally we were supposed to have her in the end of May, or beginning of June. So it's just been a roundabout with like the delays and stuff. So that's been happening, and we've also had a little something extra up our sleeve. I've been waiting to tell you guys. So last video I kind of went through what we went through with our daughter last year. She passed away 2 weeks after she was born. She was born prematurely at 24 weeks. And that was, we had 5 miscarriages before that. And then we had a miscarriage in January, and then another one in April. And that one was twins. And we thought, okay, that this is it. We just can't keep going through this heartache and a roller coaster ride. It's just too much on us. We've tried to we obviously have kept our faith with the Lord and everything. We just so tired of disappointment and just going through it emotionally and physically of all the losses that we've had. So I went to the doctor and got on birth control and was discussing getting my tubes tied. And my doctor really didn't want to tie my tubes because I don't have any biological children with me that's alive. So a lot of doctors has that issue. They want you to have at least 1 or 2 biological children that's living before they would tie your tubes. And especially at my age, he said I'm 33, that I'm still young, and he really didn't want to do it unless there was a medical issue. So he sent us to get, me and my husband both, to get genetic and chromosome tests done to see if that was why I was having so many miscarriages. And everything came back absolutely normal. And we hadn't We're like, okay. So we're kind of staying still. I was thinking about, okay, maybe I should try a different doctor. And so we kind of was just waiting it out and trying to pray about it and decide what to do next. And lo and behold, we try to take control of our own lives. And this is like kind of a good testimony for a lot of us, but we try to take control of our lives a lot. Like we were just done, and so I went on birth control because we want to control having more losses and more disappointment. And God said He had a different plan, that He's in control. He can make anything happen, and He did. And I got pregnant while on birth control. So, surprise! I am pregnant. I'm 11 weeks pregnant. Getting closer to 11 and a half weeks. And this pregnancy has went very well so far. But it has hit me hard. I have had severe nausea and morning sickness in this pregnancy, and like tiredness. I did not have that with our daughter last year. I had just a little bit of nausea here and there with her, like the first trimester. And I literally just threw up twice during my whole pregnancy with her. And this pregnancy has been hardcore. It's definitely, this baby is draining every ounce of my body. But I'm thankful for it. And even though we wasn't planning on getting pregnant, we were a little upset and confused at first. And we were just like, great, not again. But the longer this pregnancy went, the happier we started to become. And recently, within the last few weeks, we've kind of feel like we can take a breath. We've gotten past when I usually have miscarriages. I've had a ultrasound like 9 days ago, and everything was fine. The baby was waving at me and moving. It was looking really good, and growing really well. Heartbeat was 182. With our daughter Ember, I think the highest her heart rate was when we went to do ultrasounds was 176. So this baby's heartbeat is a little bit faster. At about 7.5 weeks, my first ultrasound that I went to, the baby's heartbeat was 126, and about around that, Ember's heartbeat was 120. So this baby's heartbeat's been a little bit faster than Ember's was so far at those points. And it's weird because the timeline of the year is just like maybe a week or so off from where I was this time last year with Ember. So it's just really crazy that I feel like I'm pregnant again and repeating last year, basically. So it's weird, but it's also like I know what to expect, and each month I know how it's going to feel. And with the hot weather and all that stuff, it's kind of makes it a little bit easier knowing what to expect. We're just praying that I'm getting ready to end the first trimester and start the beginning of the second trimester very soon. And a lot of you might know that preeclampsia likes to show its face 20 weeks or above. And I started having a little bit issues around 21, 22 weeks. We had no idea it was going to be preeclampsia. Looking back on it, we know that it was preeclampsia starting, but we did not know that. And then I was admitted to the hospital at 23 weeks, and our daughter was born at 24 weeks. So we are just praying that that process does not repeat itself. We're praying that preeclampsia stays away. But But if it does show its ugly face, I'm just hoping and praying that it's above 32 weeks. I've done a lot of reading, and of course you can't believe everything Google says, but I Google a lot of things, and some of it's true, and I asked a doctor about different things, and um, it can go different ways, but if you've already had preeclampsia, you obviously have a chance of getting preeclampsia again. But sometimes with the second time you get preeclampsia, it's not as severe. I did have severe case of preeclampsia. So I'm just praying that it's not that bad. And like if it does come on, and this light is messed up, so sorry. So if it does come on, that I just pray that it's not as severe, and we can just treat it with medication. I have had a little bit of issues with my blood pressure since I do have a history of hypertension, which I still have medication from my last pregnancy. And they said I can take it as needed, and like I could take like a quarter of a pill or half a pill like as needed, because it's not like that big of an issue. Like it's not super high, but if you continue having high blood pressure, it can cause a miscarriage. So I've been monitoring it ever since I found out that I was pregnant. And I found out about around 5 weeks of pregnancy, 5 to 6 weeks pregnancy, something like that. And I was late for my period, and that's how I knew I was, and I kind of felt like I was pregnant. So didn't really quite have symptoms, but you just have that feeling of maybe it's like the hormones starting to build in your body and stuff, and you just start having that feeling. And so I took a pregnancy test, and I actually took a clear blue digital pregnancy test, which needs a higher amount of HCG for it to read pregnant, and it read pregnant. And so I was pretty shocked. Not expecting it on birth control, and same time it scared me. Okay, am I going to miscarry this baby? I've already miscarried so many babies, but this time I'm on birth control. Am I at a higher risk of miscarrying? And my doctor said everything's fine. Women get pregnant all the time while on birth control. And they said about 50% of women that comes in the doctor's office gets pregnant on birth control. So that was a very interesting detail to learn. And so it was really crazy. This whole thing has been crazy. We're in the middle of adopting, and surprise, God's giving us something else. So we're just praying that it does work out, and it's not going to be another hard year. So far, 2020 has been hard for everybody because of everything going on in the world. But right now, things are looking up for us in our personal life. I just pray that it stays that way, and it doesn't just all come tumbling down like it always does for us. So anyways, I just want to give you guys an update. Please pray for us and pray for this pregnancy, that it lasts and this baby gets to go to full term. I can't go past 37 weeks. They have to give me a C-section at 37 weeks because I had I had a preterm C-section with Ember, and they explained to me your uterus is so small at that time and so hard, they have to cut you a certain way. And because of that, if you go to full term, like completely full term, like 40 weeks, you are more a chance of your uterus rupturing. So they don't want me to go past 37 weeks. So that's my goal. My biggest goal is 37 weeks, but I will feel like I can breathe more if I can get past 32 weeks. So anyways, I'm running out of time because I don't have a lot of time left on my camera. So I'll see you guys later. And thank you guys for watching. Give me a thumbs up and like my video. See ya.